Hello everyone, it's Milad here, and today I'm going to talk to you about measures of central tendency. These are numerical values that are used to find the center or focus of a data set. The most important one and the most commonly used one is called mean. It is also called arithmetic mean or the average. It is the sum of the data points within a data set divided by its size, or basically the number of data points in that set. There are two different symbols for mean. One of them is called X bar, which is just an X with a straight line above it. It represents mean of a sample. Remember, samples are small portions of populations. It is another symbol for mean, and that's mu. It represents mean of a population. In statistics, we often use X bars to estimate mu. That is a title for another video though. Next one is median, or the middle value within a data set. If you have an odd number of data points, say 5, finding the middle one isn't so hard. Simply divide the total by 2 and round up. The data point located in that spot is the median. So if I have 5 data points, if I divide it by 2, I get 2.5, and if I round up, I get 3. So the data point located at the third spot is the median. On the other hand, if I have an even number of data points, say 4, finding the median all of a sudden isn't so easy anymore. So what should we do? In those cases, the average between the middle 2 data points is the median for that data set. So how do we find the middle 2 data points? Here's one way to do it. Divide the total number of data points by 2. So in my example, I have 4 data points. If I divide it by 2, I get number 2. The average of the data points located at the second spot, at the one that immediately follows it, the third spot, is the median. All right, so the last one is mode, or the most repeated or the most frequent data point in a data set. It is very much possible for a data set not to have a mode. That is, if every data point has frequency 1 or no data point is repeated. If you have 2 data points with the highest frequency in your set, that's okay. Both of them are called mode, and we call that set bimodal. If you have 3 or more such data points, still, that's fine. We call all of them mode, and we call the set multimodal. Let's take a look at an example. Oh, here's an example. It shows 10 data points that represent the amount of time it takes for a construction adhesive to dry. Let's calculate measures of central tendency for this sample. First, mean. Notice that I'm dealing with a sample, so it is appropriate to use X bar to refer to the mean rather than the mu, which represents mean of a population. To calculate the mean, we have to add all data points in my sample and divide by how many of them I have. So on top of my fraction, I have the sum of all data points divided by 10, which is the total number of data points. And that gives me about 4.93 hours of drying time. Next one, median. Before we talk about median, notice that my sample is sorted from the smallest data point to the largest data point. If your sample isn't sorted, median loses its meaning. Keep that in mind. All right, so I have 10 data points, an even number. So to find the median, I have to find the average of the middle 2 data points. All right, so to find the middle 2 data points, I take the total, which is 10, and divide it by 2 to get 5. Data points that are located at the 5th spot and the one that immediately follows it, the 6th spot, if I take their average, I get the median. All right, so let's go through this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.6 is a data point located at the 5th spot. And the one immediately after that, 6.0, is the data point located at the 6th spot. If I take their average, I get 5.8. That's the median for the set. Last one is mode. Mode is the most frequent data point in my sample. So look at this sample. Which data point has the highest frequency? I think it's 6.8. It's repeated twice. Because of that, 6.8 becomes the mode of this sample. All right, well, thank you very much for joining me today. See you next time.